I stopped it.
Oh, no worries. I appreciate that.
Fuck!
We're good now.
Fuck!
Fuck, shit! God damn it!
Cunt!
Motherfucker!
Everybody to... well, I should say welcome everybody, minus Malin,
No.
to the second of our sessions of the Land of Gods and Dragons. Normally, I would start the evening off with a recap of the previous session. But at the moment, I think I'm going to let those memories just flow back in for everyone as I once again take us briefly back in time. Alexander.
Salamander.
Kelly, mother. Yes.
It's dark. You cannot see. The smell of acrid, sulfuric fumes fills your lungs, making it difficult to breathe, burning your throat. Your arms, both whole, are bound. Your legs as well. You feel the sharp pain of jagged rock digging itself further into your back every time you twitch a muscle. And maddeningly so, you await the thing you know is coming. A drop of liquid hits your shoulder, burning, causing you to cry out and move. And you feel the rocks dig further in. You've lost track of time. You don't know how long you've been here. You spent several hours trying to predict when each one of these drops of acid would come and where they would hit your shoulder, your neck, your arm. But eventually, that hope to maintain some control faded away. Another hiss, this time as a droplet finds the side of your neck. You cry out and you feel, just briefly, you breathe and air is sucked through a hole in your neck. Fresh. You cry in pain. You hear a sound in the darkness. A massive form. Slithering. A tail. And far above, the only light you have seen in quite some time reveals itself. A yellow eye with a dark, slitted pupil far above. In a language you have studied, it speaks to you. Ah, the whelp yet lives. No matter, plenty of time still to die. You feel now multiple droplets from some other location pour onto your forearm, and you scream in pain. And you're quite certain that another batch like that, and your arm will detach. You hear a low, grumbling chuckle. A daring whelp you are. You asked for a trial you have received. A moment of defiance, a willingness to succeed. What words come to your mouth in this moment, Alexander?
I don't think I need to.
Very well. The eye moves steadily closer, peering down to the point where now some of its lamp light reveals to you portions of your body you have not seen for some time. It is as you feared. Your arm is detached near the elbow. You feel every time you breathe a harsh wheeze from a hole in your neck. You are surprisingly resilient. But no matter. Only 8 days to go. And that chuckle continues and grows and grows, and the smell of sulfur builds and builds in this space. In defiance, you cry out yet again. And as this memory fades, you are back in the last bastion, on the high street, staring to the south, where you have just seen a massive wall of shards of ice spring into being. And your instincts, primed as they are, understand one thing. A creature as old as the world is nearby. And you stand currently alone.
Much too old for me to deal with. I'm going to turn around now that my avenue has been blockaded.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Yeah. 21.
21. About 50, 60 feet ahead of you, you see a rope bridge. You see the rest of these people that you had been recently fighting with standing atop it, all stunned to stop, staring in the same direction. It is, from where you are, maybe a half a mile to the place where this wall of ice shards has appeared. Pfeifferon intended for you to meet him somewhere south, further south, probably near a bar that you frequented. That has not been blocked off. It is the far end of the crevice that has been blocked off.
All right. I'm heading towards that bar then.
Okay. Mill, as well as, I believe, Silvery, you are also wisdom based, correct?
Goddamn right.
I'd like both of you to make perception checks. If your passive perception is higher than what you roll, you may use that.
Oakley dokley.
16.
17.
You know what, Blake? I don't need your bullshit.
Oh, sorry, 19.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Either way, from atop this rope bridge, as the two of you, Ervin and Anshu, are up in this space, you see this wall of ice shards appear, but Silvery and Mill, the two of you, catch sight of movement below and look down and see the ranger Alexander and his small Drake companion Wretch making their way further south through the city. What are the four of you doing?
Running away.
You are currently on a rope
Sorry.
bridge.
Running away?
You're currently on a rope bridge that spans side to side.
Yes.
You can pick a direction to one side to go and attempt to climb if you would like.
Yeah, we were on the bottom initially, right? So we're trying to make our way up and away
Mm-hmm.
to the south, right?
Right. That was.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go whichever direction's closest, probably.
Okay.
Or looks the safest, or
The least
the
amount
least
of lizard folk.
dangerous. Yeah. If those
The
perception checks will help with that.
Yeah, the benefit of being up in the rope bridges is not a lot of lizard folk are up here. Most of them are down below.
I was hoping they wouldn't.
If you were to go to if you're headed south, if you were to go to the right side of the crevice here and follow this kind of upper level, you would, at least for the moment, from what you can see, have a pretty decently clear shot. Doesn't mean you won't be seen and things won't try to pursue you, but there doesn't appear to be anything on this level.
I think right is the way to go.
I
think
will.
I'll look. Oh,
Yeah, I will start to head towards the path of least resistance.
Yeah, looking down, you said we noticed Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
I look down. That one will never make it. And then, yeah, follow Mill.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just
Irvin, you coming?
Aaron's just kind of trying to tough it out. I'm kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I've got 14 hit points left.
As the three of you move onward,
Sorry, really quickly again. Does it look like Alexander is heading in the direction of like where our little? Because I made that tree, right? That'll let us get up here.
Right. No, he is heading past that at this point. He's basically gone under you guys.
Cool. I'm just gonna follow then. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it lasts for a little while, so it'll be there, but.
Okay. As the three of you, Mill, Silvery, and Ervin, head the path of least resistance, Anshu stands nude with his sword in the center of this bridge and looks after the three of you and looks back towards the tree as if he had been expecting somebody to follow him, turns around and sees Alexander far below, and in truly no amount of time to think, Anshu jumps off of the rope bridge, does a tuck and roll, and plap 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 runs to try and keep up with Alexander and Wretch.
That one is built different.
Doesn't have a problem with that.
Is there a lot of goblins where I'm from? In Care? There? Around the Care?
No, not a lot of goblins.
But I've probably seen.
You've
a
heard of
little-
goblins.
I've heard. I've
Yeah.
also read about them.
Yeah, for sure.
Anshu's a gnome, right?
Anshu is a gnome. Yes.
It's not Gristle.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn it!
That's not till the start of the month. We don't do that till the start of the month.
I mean, he's the one that said Gristle too.
He didn't say Gristle. He said
himself
Anshu.
said Gristle.
He did
No.
not.
No.
Malin did.
Malin did in the first
Oh,
session like
yeah.
5 times.
Yeah.
Look, both short people, both extremely interesting personalities. He's quite a creature there.
That is one thing to call him, yes. Come on, we don't have much time. We must get out of here. We're losing sight of Mill.
I'm
I
fucking leaving.
Yeah, I sprint off. Come on, Irvin, keep up. I'm gonna actually scooch Irvin in front and lead.
Oh,
no, bring up the rear.
Urban can run.
Sweet.
Just kidding. But yeah.
I would like the 3 of you that are on the higher level here to go ahead and make for me dexterity saving throws.
God.
Ew,
dear.
not dexterity.
17.
Roll the 17, 19.
13.
Okay. As you all are heading along this space, there are portions that have been broken off by falling rocks from the wyverns who had passed through above earlier. You, Mill and Silvery, you make it past no problem. Ervin, you have a moment where you nearly stumble and nearly fall through a hole before Silvery manages to catch you by the arm and keep you up on this space. With the perceptions of the 2 wisdom-based casters here, you're able to keep a pretty decent eye out, and you see Alexander, Anshu, and Wretch below managing to dart out behind buildings and into alleyways to avoid the bulk of the lizard folk down here. As you travel south, Alexander, leading the charge at the on the bottom level here. You see about the equivalent of a city block ahead of you, the bar that you generally used to frequent with Pfeiffer on. There is a massive boulder that has crushed a portion of it, but it looks like you could still get inside.
Can I tell either via looking through the crushed portion or by some other opening, can I tell if there's anyone moving around to the side of it?
Go ahead for this. Make an investigation check for me as you approach.
That's an 18.
18. No, you don't get the sense that. I mean, looking at it, there's not not even a sign of a of anything moving inside. But that doesn't mean anything. It is a serious situation at the moment.
Yeah, I'll move inside of the building then to investigate it further.
Wonderful. Heading inside, you hear 2 sets of feet following closely behind you as Anshu and Wretch follow you as well. Coming inside, you look around and you hear a movement. You turn and just in time manage to dodge out of the way as a short sword whizzes by your head. A younger member of the guard here has taken up a post behind, basically behind the bar, and recognizes it as you and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Uh,
Alexander, I think, begins. I ask him if he can sign.
he does a few like mediocre attempts. Simple things, yes.
I ask him if he's seen Pfeiffer on.
You see a kind of shadow passes over his eyes, and he like looks over. He like his eyes like go to the far corner of the room, and he just nods.
Can I go to the far corner of the room?
Yeah. Heading that way, you see now the massive bulk that you expected to see. A small, simple campfire had been lit in here. You see possibly the remains of the hearth that was part of this building. You see Pfeifferon is there. You see a magnitude of sweat dripping down his face, just dripping through the blood that was already there from his fight earlier. You see him kind of pale in the face as well, and clutching at the arm that he had lost. And looking down, you see the clear signs that he has made a slapdash attempt to cauterize this in the embers of this flame.
Can I lend my medical talents and see if he missed anything important?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Ooh, 13.
13's okay. Looking over it, it's not clean. It will need to be properly cleaned and have a poultice put on it at some point. But in doing a good job, it has done its job in stopping the bleeding at this point. But it does look like Pfeifferon has lost a significant amount of blood.
I'm gonna go up to his large face with my one hand and kind of lightly tap him and kind of get his focus.
Yeah. That
Can you walk?
He says, give me a minute. Give me a minute, I can walk.
I'm gonna
I can walk.
stand up. I'm gonna walk to the bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for something at the top shelf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it off. I'm going to open the bottle. I'm going to grab his. Well, I guess I can't. Fuck. I'm going to.
He knows
Walk.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm going to pour it over his wound.
Yeah. You see, he just kind of grits his teeth and holds out the stump, and you just listen to him as this alcohol drips down through this wound. He says,
I hand the bottle to him.
fucking waste of alcohol, and he just tanks it. He tanks the whole bottle, one go. Just all right.
I point to the guy at the bar. Wrap his wound. We need to leave.
The guy nods and he starts gathering some cloth. And Pfeifferon, as you're kind of turned away, looking for other things to do, Pfeifferon's good hand grabs your arm and turns you back around and says, "Was that what I thought it was at the south end?"
I signed to him. What did you think it was?
Big fucking dragon.
I nod.
You see, he shakes his head. He says, "There's no way we're getting out that way."
Entrance you were guarding. And then the mountain pass.
Yeah, there's that. There's the mountain pass. We could go there, but they could be watching that. They have the skies. You see, he's kind of starting to get his, and you see he takes his holy symbol from around his neck and clutches it and pours the last little bit of healing magic he has into himself, just to kind of sturdy himself a bit. He says, shit. We can go to my gate. It's a wreck up there. It's gonna take some maneuvering, but we can get there. No guarantees they're not watching it from above. Or there's a second option.
I just tap my ear.
If we could get to the gatehouse. Underneath there's a door. It leads under the mountains. It's only supposed to be used in the direst of circumstances, and I think this fucking counts.
Seconded.
The only problem is it goes deep underground, and I don't know where it fucking lets out. But it goes east. It goes towards Karayer. It goes towards the seat of the gods, the cloud giants. It goes to where Queen Nuada is. She needs to know about this. If the bastion is gonna fall, nothing's to prevent the waste folk from taking it and heading further south. And if they got a dragon on their side, the queen needs to be notified. But I don't know what side of the mountain we're gonna pop out on. If we pop out in the north, I'm flying blind.
That is good enough.
Where's the rest of those chuckle fucks you were fighting with?
Signs that they're running.
Well, they're gonna keep running if they're... I don't know. They'll figure out a direction, I guess, eventually. You see, he grips his maul and lifts himself up off the ground, and he says, all right. I can give myself enough energy to get what needs to be do what needs to be done. I can get it. I can get to the gatehouse. But after that, well, it's gonna be a mess. And you see he slams the maul into the ground. He activates his channel divinity, and you watch as his muscles all tense and flex violently. And you hear like his whole spine like stretch out and crack, putting himself into like a better position. His neck cracks as well, and you watch as golden light pours, or not golden light, silver light pours out from the holy symbol of a hand that is hanging around his neck, forms down the stump of his arm, and he reaches out as a hand of liquid silver erupts, replacing the stump of the arm. He says, yeah, that'll last about a good 15 minutes. And then he takes a couple of practice swings with the maul. All right.
What a
It's gonna-
flex.
It's gonna hurt like a bitch, but let's do this.
Before we head out, I'm gonna cast Longstrider on myself.
Got it.
All right. I'll just make my way to the door then.
Okay. Pfeifferon comes behind the other soldier as well, timidly. You see he sheathes his short sword, but you watch as he reaches down and tightens the laces of these rather fine boots that he's wearing. And you just see he prepares to follow. The three of you, plus Wretch and Anshu remaining completely silent, just watching all of this occur, head out of this pub, back to the streets. Cutting away from you, the three that are on the upper level As you progress along, you see once again a blast of icy cold air, and this time you can nearly feel it as this wall of shards of ice grows in size, higher and higher at the end of this crevice. You will need to get to a higher level if you still plan to exit at the south.
God damn it. 1 sec. Like how much higher?
You, at this point, would need to find your way up at least 2 more levels.
And then each level's 10 feet?
Probably about 15.
So I can create a total number of barriers equal to my warden level, so I can make 3.
Mm.
So I could potentially get us up another 40 feet, or like 20 feet and then another 20 feet.
Mhm.
We might have to do some work for the last little remaining.
I don't have anything that would make it so that we could get up the last remaining distance.
Neither do I at the moment.
Excellent. Well, maybe we cross that barrier when we get there. For now, we need to get higher. And I'm going to just create. So last time we did this, we got up to a rope bridge. Looking to the level above, what would we be going up to?
At this point, you would be going up to like a level of like wooden platforms that buildings and stuff have been built on, wooden shacks and such.
Okay. Well, let's take the ride up to the next level then.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Can I look down towards where Alexander was going?
Yeah, you watch 5 figures exit from a mostly crushed building and immediately turn and begin heading back north. And you see, from your vantage point, about 7 or 8 lizard folk notice as well. And they're a fair distance behind, but you see them take off in that direction as well.
Okay. They're gonna get eaten. We have to go help them.
What?
The lizard folk are following after the fucker who pulled my ear.
Ooh. Well,
What is important, Mill, is that we get you out. Are you certain you saw what you saw?
Don't question my sight. And I will, is there a way to get down quickly, back down to the main level?
Make a perception check.
18.
Not in the immediate vicinity, but if you were to stay on this level and head back north, you're pretty sure you would eventually get to the set of stairs that you guys originally, or that you would get to a set of stairs that you know kind of goes up the whole crevice. Ervin and Silvery would know those stairs well, as they descended them not that long ago.
You guys can get out, but I'm not letting anyone die here.
all right.
Very well.
She's so
We are
cute.
with
She's like,
you.
alrighty, let's go.
I will walk with you once more, Mill. But we will have to talk once this is all over.
Talk all you want. It depends on whether or not I'm listening. And I will just head out.
Yeah, we'll start heading in the direction of those stairs then.
I'm sorry, he's so mean.
You take off north as well, and we're going to enter a little bit of a
Yield.
chase encounter. So I'm gonna have everybody go ahead and roll me initiative, and just go ahead and wait to tell me your number while I get the encounter set up.
I'm gonna go get some water because I feel like I might need it.
Fuck, I'm rolling like
I've got
god.
a 12. I'm gonna go get some water too.
Hell.
Uh,
I'm now, as fast as my companion.
proud of you.
Sweet ass.
Yippee
Yippee
wahoo.
wahoo.
Yippee! Wahoo!
Yippee ki yay, motherfucker!
Yippee ki yay, motherfucker!
I can't eat it. It hurts my teeth.
We'll see. Would you mind putting it in the freezer for me? I'm actually right now. Okay, I'll go.
Not like you have a head.
What's up? I'm back.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
I think it's very kind of Wizards of the Coast to understand how powerful ancient dragons are, and then just say, yeah, they don't get an initiative bonus.
They're just.
Well, don't
very-
they have their action or legendary actions?
Yes, they do.
They- We're about to get fucked in the butt.
No,
Or frozen in the butt, depending.
Mill. What's
No.
your initiative?
20.
Proud of you.
Wow.
Silvery.
Rolled a natural 20, so 22.
Damn.
Wow.
Alexander.
23.
Alexander.
Ervin.
Fuck!
12.
Roll the next one.
12. I'm going last. I'm slow.
Gio, you always go last.
Don't even keep up.
Oh,
I'll roll one on you.
I rolled for Anj.
Oh,
oh,
splendid.
So, for the purpose of this, as we progress, there are going to be some skill challenges to make it further north. The people on the upper level have some slightly different skill challenges than the people on the ground do. Each of the two groups here, you need 3 successes before 4 failures to pass here. Alexander, you will have Onchu and Pfeifferon with you. So your you will be making the skill checks. Every skill check you make will be at advantage because you have 2 companions traveling with you, and I'm not going to roll for them.
Fair enough.
The rest of you. So, how we are going to split this up is I'm just going to describe the difficulties as you approach them, and then whoever's turn in the initiative gets an opportunity. If that person fails that skill check, it counts as a failure. If a person
Damn.
succeeds on that opportunity, it's a success for the whole group, and you move on. So, starting with the group on the ground, because Alexander's initiative is dummy. As Alexander, as you and Pfeifferon kind of lead this charge back north up the high street, you are not quite to the location where the previous battle had taken place, but you see a small contingent of these white-scaled lizard folk kind of beginning to construct a barrier in the road to like trap people in portions of the city. So for this, I'm going to say you can make an athletics check or an acrobatics check for you and your group to make your way past this barricade that's being built.
I will take acrobatic.
Understood. Go ahead and roll that with advantage.
With advantage, that's a 22.
22. Oh, and DCs for all of this is 18. So standard DC of 18 for every skill
Ooh.
check in this challenge.
Shit.
Damn. Okay.
You guys approach. You see the lizard folk see you, and they let out these guttural hisses, but you and Pfeifferon charge right towards a portion of this barricade that they haven't built up yet. You and Wretch and Onshu jumping up and over, and Pfeifferon fully blasting through it with his shoulder. Just heading along the road. That is 1 success for the group on the ground. Up top, Mill, Silvery, and Erwin. We're going to start with Silvery. As the 3 of you are progressing along, you return to the space, like the bits that had been broken by rocks from above. And in that moment, with your passive perception, you notice more rocks that are loose above that are starting to fall as well. For this skill check, Silvery, I'm going to say you can make an athletics check and attempt to just fully push your way through here. Or I will also allow an insight check to try and judge the best route to take through this location.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll go for insight first. Let's try and suss it out, right?
Got it.
What wisdom do I have? 15 on the die plus 4 is a 19.
A 19.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Looking around, you see this space. You see more rocks beginning to fall, but you see a portion of this platform that you're fairly certain all 3 of you will be able to run across without, falling through horrifically. You run through.
Be careful now.
You run through to the other side, and just as the final person who just for funsies, I'm going to say is Mill, manages to get across. You hear a sickening crunch as several of these boulders come down and wipe out the platform behind you. Sending wood and rock tumbling, 30 or so, or 15 or so feet down to the ground.
Gotcha. We're going back now.
Staying with this group up top, as you all are approaching the stairs up ahead, Mill, you see up ahead of you all several lizard folk that have started to climb these stairs and are currently in the way. The skill check that I need here needs to be some sort of a charisma check. So I'm going to need intimidation, deception, probably not persuasion, but something to draw attention or otherwise frighten these things to get them out of your way so you can make a hard right turn and start heading down to the ground.
Okay. Can I use an ability to give myself advantage?
Sure, what's your ability?
I'm going to activate my spores.
Hmm.
And the way that Mill changes as his symbiotic entity is activated, his eyes go solid black and begin to steam and almost like burn with a blue flame. And he grips his staff and he calls out to the lizard folk ahead of him in Draconic and says, "Get out of the way before I make you my lunch."
Ooh. Sure, you can make an intimidation check with advantage. I'll allow that.
That is a 19.
19.
Just a 19.
Yeah. Turning around, these lizard folk look, and a couple of them are cowed just enough that as the three of you run up, you're able to take your staff and any other weapons that you all possess and just kind of shove one of them over the side, barrel past them as they kind of retract away from Mill. That's 2 successes. The next person in the initiative is Onshu. So I'm going to return to the ground crew. The people up above have started to make their way down. They will be rejoining the ground on their next success. But Onshu on the ground, I'm just going to go ahead and allow Alexander to roll for this next one as well. Up ahead, as you are progressing, now you are more than aware of the, at this point, horde of lizard folk that are following you. Close to 15 to 16 lizard folk are scrambling up the streets following you 5 in particular. Go ahead. This is to shake off at least some of these people so you don't end up having to fight all of them. So I'm going to say, for this one, you can make a stealth check. You also could make a deception check.
I'm going to take stealth. For this
Understood.
one. Oh wow, I rolled poorly. 14.
14. That is a failure. That is one failure for the group on the ground. As you progress forward, you hear these things coming up behind you, and taking a moment, you look around and you dart down a side alley with your companions to try and break line of sight for a moment. The extra who had been amongst with you guys in the bar with the 2 short swords is a bit slow, and he slides and misses the turn and turns to catch up with you. It's enough time for the lizard folk to not only maintain eyesight on you guys, but to catch up to him, and you hear "Ah!" as he is grabbed from behind and immediately bitten by 3 or 4 lizard folk as they start to rip him apart.
Sorry, buddy.
After that round, it is, well, far behind you and yet far above. You hear a low, rumbling voice. Bring all of them to me. And you feel the light from the south blocked out as a massive form perches upon the ice wall that has been built. Does anybody look back?
Negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not.
I think I have the moment to hear that voice look back.
An enormous vision of death. Standing at the top of this wall, perched, it must be, its head must be over 100 to 150 feet in the air. The form of the largest white dragon any of you have ever heard of. Blocks now all light coming from the southern end of the the crevice here. Huzzah!
Elder Heart, preserve us.
Back to the group that is now headed down the stairs. Ervin, it is your turn. As the 3 of you are heading down to join the high street here, you see a little ways ahead of you the boulders that had fallen and crushed several of you. So you're back in the general vicinity of the fight you all had had. There are more lizard folk poking about. For this, I'm going to ask you, Ervin, for a nature or history check.
Okay. 2. Okay, oh, just like nature hit. Okay. I will do history. Oh. Hold on. Oh no! That's a 7.
Ooh, boy. You, Ervin, as the 3 of you are coming down, you're like, oh, we could go this way, and you start to using your knowledge to try and remember kind of the route you had taken before coming down these stairs. You come around a corner and find your path to actually be blocked now by one of these boulders. It delays you by several minutes as you now have to find a way around this location. That is 1 failure for your group and 2 successes.
That boulder wasn't there before.
To be fair, she's right. It literally wasn't.
Ervin!
I'm sorry, Silvery.
The next turn, now that you all are headed properly north again, you do still hear not far, but ahead and above, the sound of wyverns thrashing buildings ahead.
They're coughing.
Yeah, coughing.
They're smokers.
And I'm going to now, at the end of this initiative, make an attack roll against everyone. So just one. First against Alexander, does a 21 hit.
Yup.
Level
No
3,
fucking
Kyle. We're
jeez.
level 3.
That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
We're gonna
As
die.
a javelin thrown from a lizard folk slams into your shoulder.
What a fucking snipe.
I'm about to die.
An attack against Erwin does a 13 hit.
Nope. Oh.
Not bad.
Javelin
Huzzah.
misses. An attack against Mill. Ooh. It does a 23 hit.
Oh yeah, totally.
I rolled a natural 19. You take 6 points of piercing damage from a javelin. An attack against Silvery.
Bring it on.
I don't believe a 9 is going to hit.
Nay.
You're not picking on them because they're girls. That's rude. That's sexist.
An attack against Anshu.
Anshu's gonna get hit though.
Do you think these lizard folk
Anshu-
think we're pretty?
Anshu should have gotten hit. Anshu does not get hit.
That's just how it's gonna be the entire campaign.
Roll the nat 3. And a roll against Pfeifferon. Pfeifferon also takes a hit.
It's all the boys, the men.
As this just rain of javelins from the lizard folk pursuing everyone begin to fall upon all of you. That, however, is going to lead us back to the top of the initiative order. And Alexander. Alexander, you have 1 success, 1 failure for your group. Looking ahead, you are coming closer to the location where you and Pfeifferon and Anshu met the Wyvern. And you see it is still in this general vicinity, causing havoc, destroying buildings. For this particular, I'm going to allow you to tell me what skill you would like to use to try and get past this Wyvern.
To get past the wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
I
I think
I
just
did
did
that
one.
one. Can
Can
I
make a medicine check and try and like slash its tendon just to leave it in the dirt behind us? Or maybe like pierce through its wing or some such.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll the medicine check for me. If you get higher than a 15, good things will happen. If you get higher than a 20, really good things will happen for you.
Good news for me. That is a 21
total.
A 21 total. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. If you hit, this will be an auto crit.
It was
It
go.
was a crit anyway, Kyle.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's one of my roll this. D6. Nasty. Oh, max damage too. So 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage.
Oh,
hold on.
And Wretch is going to spit on it because Wretch is active. So another 2 points of lightning damage.
2 points of lightning. Because you got a nat 20 and you got a really high on your medicine, Anshu runs up. Anshu runs up behind as well, takes a swipe at the exact same spot, dealing. Anshu deals a further 24 points of damage. And Pfeifferon is going to swing his maul around as well and smash it into the same leg.
We all just run by, slice,
dealing enough
big
damage,
slash.
dealing enough damage with the slash, and then finally the bludgeoning damage from the maul to smash that leg off. And the wyvern falls down, screaming and turning, but just in time for you guys to scoot past. And with those high rolls, the other group as well of Mill and Ervin and Silvery managed to get by this obstacle, not far behind.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Sick
That
nasty.
is going to bring us to Silvery's turn. You can see now Alexander, Wretch, Anshu, and the large Urishk Pfeifferon that you had met at the gate earlier up ahead. Silvery, you can see that the other wyvern is up clinging to the walls and is beginning to is still destroying things, and rock and rubble is still falling from above here.
Gotcha.
This rock and rubble is going to cause real problems for all of you. It's going to be much like it was before, kind of an avalanche of debris falling atop all of you. So I would ask you, what sort of skill check would you like to make in this moment?
Is there a way for me to raise the tree to create this barrier in a way that provides shelter? It's 10 feet tall. Let me read the exact stats on it. It's very clearly it's a barrier. 5 foot cube, 10 feet tall. It's got like hit points. Are we thinking?
I'm gonna say for this, if you try to hit over a 15 on a nature check.
Ooh.
You still need an 18 to succeed, but getting
Yeah.
over a 15 is going to at least get you something.
Sweet. I have Eyes of Nature, which gives me advantage on nature or survival checks that involve plants.
Absolutely.
Which this is. So I will go ahead and make that check.
Silvery is just the Lorax.
I fucked it. I beefed it. I got a nat 1 and a nat 2.
Ooh,
Catastrophic rolls. So that's an 8 only.
We're gonna get captured by this fucking dragon.
Silver, you go and you start to use your magic to try to form a barricade to block some of the worst of this debris. Unfortunately, it's probably about 5 seconds too late to get it fully built up in time. This barricade pops up, but is shredded by the rock and debris that comes through.
Shit.
Everyone takes
Oof.
8 points.
I'm
of
down.
damage.
I'm down.
Oh fuck. This is bludgeoning, piercing,
This is
slashing.
bludgeoning damage, yes.
My Mystic Bulwark reduces that by 2.
Okay.
So 6.
As this debris comes
How
down,
much did you say? 7?
8.
8.
as all of this debris comes down, you watch Silvery as a piece of rock tumbles and clips off of another, heads over and just bashes Mill across the face, knocking him out completely in the middle of the street here.
Mill! Shit. I will be running to Mill.
It is Mill's turn. Mill,
Fuck.
Death
go
save?
ahead and make me a death saving throw, please.
Oh
I'm so
boy.
I'm so sorry.
Do we have any heals?
I can't know.
Not that kind of ranger, pal.
I'm the healer.
Well, shit.
The healer got brained.
Got fucking
Yeah,
domed,
I-
man.
I only-
That
I
is a
only have
failure.
I only have 10 HP.
Oh dear.
A failure.
You're never gonna get Sylvanus back now.
Fuck me.
Next in the initiative is Anshu. So Anshu, seeing what's going on, turns and looks back, and in Draconic shouts to you, Alexander, and he says, "Is there any more of those red things? Red drink?"
I gave the last one to Mill. I just point at Mill.
Okay. I will I will pilot Anshu for this. Anshu runs over and is going to make an investigation check. He's a smart boy, right?
Totally.
Somehow.
Anshu? Yeah. He's packing it.
All that muscle built up in his brain, you know?
Yeah.
It's the most important muscle you have to work out.
Let's see. New tab and group. I might as well just roll the dice first. I rolled decently high on the die.
He has a -1.
He has a -1. Well,
Yes, sir.
Shit.
that puts his total roll at exactly a 15.
Fuck yeah.
So Anshu digs through the body of Mill as Silvery is running over to attempt to do something, pulls out a flask with a red liquid in it, and just shoves it into Mill's
Lord.
mouth. Let's see. Greater healing is 4d4 plus 4, I believe.
I believe, yes.
That is true.
5, 10, 14 HP returned to dear Mill Blythen. That, however, removes a potential for another. That is Timble's round, or Anshu's round. He does not get an attempt to progress this any further. So, Alexander, your group has 2 successes, 1 failure. The other group has 2 successes, 2 failures, I believe. All right.
I can't believe I beefed that, y'all.
We just need one more. You beefed it and then I died.
Mathematically, I should have.
Mill, your eyes snap open and you see this fully naked gnome right above your head, just patting the bottom of a bottle to get every last drop of it, and you just feel it hot, hot, hot.
Oh. What's just going on down there?
Is that some sort of ritual?
I don't know. Sounds
Far
awful.
behind all of you, you hear that deep voice once again. And you hear a massive blast of cold and feel a cold wind come up the crevice, and looking behind, you see splashes of crimson appearing in shards of ice that are growing up and around. Nothing left but smears of viscera and blood of the people that were at that far end. Ervin,
Mm-hmm.
as all of you gather up and start now, I'm going to say you both groups have 2 successes. And the group is technically merged now. So
Cool.
I'm going to say one more success to balance this out, but also you still have an opportunity for 2 more failures. So you just need 1 success before you get 2 more failures. As all of you kind of start to get up, you see Pfeifferon goes over and helps Mill off the ground, pats him on the shoulder, turns to everybody else and says, "All right, we gotta get to the gatehouse." Ervin, it being your go, looking ahead, you can see there is another contingent of lizard folk that has rounded up many of the denizens of the last bastion over towards the gatehouse. And you see the gate itself, while not yet open, there are very few people that are still fighting on it. So, Ervin, I'm going to just ask you, what skill check would you like to make to attempt to get past this group of lizard folk and make it to the gatehouse that Alexander has pointed out and Pfeifferon have pointed out to you all?
I'm gonna jump. It's gonna be an athletic skill check.
Okay.
Can I just jump over? Also, can I have jump.
Okay.
The spell. Can I use that to just jump over? Yeet myself over?
Yeah, if you would like to cast jump on yourself,
Yeah.
you can absolutely make an athletics check with advantage.
Excellent. All right. I will make that. Whew, I needed that advantage. 15.
15 total.
Yes.
A 15 total is not an 18, but with a 15, we are going to consider this a failure. So you need 1 failure before you get, or you need 1 success before you get 1 more failure. But with a 15, Ervin by yourself, you do manage to jump across and make it over to the gatehouse door, where you can begin to prepare to help people get inside.
I wave at them.
At this point, a wyvern, the one that was up above, lands on the top of the wall that the gate is set in, looking down hungrily inside at everyone in the vicinity. And I'm going to make, at the end of this initiative, some attacks against everybody from the lizard folk.
Gotcha.
Should have just blasted the lizard folk.
Roll against Alexander. That is a miss. Roll against Ervin. That is a miss. Roll against Mill. I think that hits.
Bill's just getting
Come on.
blasted today.
Homie's getting real acquainted with death. Am I right or am I right?
You know?
But you only take 3 points of piercing damage.
Oh, thank God.
Rolled minimum damage.
Nope.
A roll against Silvery.
Bring it on.
Does an 18 hit Silvery?
Homie, it does not. AC of 19.
Oh, so proud.
Wow.
She's so thick.
A roll against Anshu.
It doesn't quite make it through the Elder Heart armor that you gave me, Kyle. Thank you.
I did. That does hit Anshu. Anshu is going to take 5 points of piercing damage and a roll against Pfeifferon. That is going to miss Pfeifferon. Bringing us back to the top of the initiative, Alexander, you and the rest of your companions here can see that Erwin has made it to the door of the gatehouse and has opened it. There is a contingent of lizard folk here that are rounding up everyone they can find and forcing them into a little pocket by the gate as they prepare to open the gate to whatever is on the other side of it. One last ask for what type of check you would like to make in this situation. You are muted, my guy.
Hello? Jacob?
He died.
He's doing the old turn it off, turn it on again.
His mic's not working.
Ah.
No.
What in the Kentucky Fried? Fuck.
Just sign what you want to do.
Lol.
Hold on.
God damn it.
Sounded like it switched to his computer mic at the end there.
I know what I want to do too. It's the most frustrating part. Come on. Are you working? Are you winning? Son? What the fuck?
I just hear him memeing in the background.
I just hear, are you working? Are you working?
Are you winning, son?
Are you working, Mike?
Audio settings, yes, please do. I'm speaking into my mic. I'm speaking into my mic.
Why is that dragon so angry?
I don't know.
Sure, whatever.
Because
He's-
they're so very white.
He's ruining the race.
It is the nature of white things to get angry over nothing.
Wait.
What?
I don't think. I don't think I'm very angry that much.
Mm. Can't believe I beefed that nature roll.
You did beef
Yeah,
that nature roll.
That was rough.
That
I
was
mean,
rough.
I failed every roll so far, so
It's because you're not using actual dice. It's because you're using the online dice. We tell you this every time.
They are
You know
cursed,
what?
yeah. I appreciate
Right.
your steadfastness, though.
It's fast.
It is fast, that's true.
It's fast making me fail.
Yeah. Fast pass into the ground.
It's crazy how last week it was 20 to 30 degrees for the whole week, and now it's freaking cold
We're
with
supposed to get
hail.
we're supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow.
Bullshit.
Tomorrow or
It's damn
Thursday.
hearing day, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 10 degrees during the day, which was nice, but supposed to drop off.
That's significantly better. Okay, that's. I rolled it. The first time I rolled a 2.
Hmm.
The second time I totaled to 23.
23.
That's much
Yeah.
better.
Go ahead and, as you stretch a use of thaumaturgy, make an intimidation check with advantage.
Right. Not bad. Okay. Okay. Damn it. I fail. That is a 13.
Hmm. With a 13, what do you say through your thaumaturgy?
I think he's causing his voice to boom, and he's speaking in Draconic. He throws out that crackling blue hand, and commands them to prostrate before
Classic.
the vassal of their lord in Draconic.
Love that.
Bend and spread.
However, that is a failure.
Shit.
So, it is now
Ruh-roh.
a fight to get into the gatehouse. Alexander, that was your go. Silvery, it is your turn. The entrance to the gatehouse is a good 40 feet away, and there are several lizard folk in your immediate vicinity blocking progress.
Gotcha. And it's looking like a fight. Like they're not
You
they're not
have
getting out of our way.
the chase the chase encounter has ended and has turned into a combat encounter. It doesn't mean
Gotcha.
it doesn't mean you can't run by them. It just means it is a combat encounter now, so there will be attacks of opportunity. And
Yes. Yes. I think it's time then to start getting in there. Silvery will lower her hands and stride towards them. I'll manifest my lashing vines. So you see coming from the armor, this wooden Elderheart armor that covers her chest. Vines begin to grow and twist down her arms. And I'm gonna. You said they're about 40 feet away.
The door to the gatehouse is about 40 feet away. The nearest one of the lizard folk to you is about 10 feet from you.
Okay, yeah, I will stride, kind of like in the direction of the gatehouse, and just start drawing aggro. I'm gonna wander into their midst and start fucking swinging with the vines at them. I'll try and attack one off the hop.
All right.
Okay. You should have left when you had the chance. Natural 20. God
Nice.
damn! I am fucking rolling like
Okay.
hot.
And all of these lizard folk around here too have been fighting for a while. So they are already partially injured. They're not. I'm not going to say they're looking rough, but
Yeah,
many of them have sustained injuries already.
sweet. Yeah, I'll lash out with the vine then. How do you do your crit rolls again?
Um,
Double the
for me,
dice, double the damage.
double the damage.
Gotcha.
So,
So I'll roll once and times 2.
yep.
Give me a 6. 5, 9, 18. 18 points of slashing damage.
You go right up and with your slashing vines eviscerate the first lizard folk that you walk up to.
Sylvanus is not forgiving of transgressors. Yeah, and I'll just keep moving closer.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get 30, I used up my movement. I'll try and position myself in the way that most of them are around me, or I'm close to the most of them,
Okay.
and that will be my turn.
Okay.
And something to keep in mind is that where is it here? Just for position. So there's a primal interdiction. So a 5-foot radius around me is difficult terrain for creatures that I choose.
Okay.
And if creatures move into that, they are going to take piercing damage from my particular interdiction. So just let me know if people are moving near me, because it will do some stuff.
Does it
It's
happen
like spike growth.
does it happen if they move while they're in it or when they enter?
So the exact wording, it's if they move 5 feet in the space, and it only procs once though.
Okay.
So it doesn't proc multiple times. It's at any point though if they move 5 feet within 5 feet of me, and that range extends as I get levels.
Copy
But
that.
for now, it's just 5 feet.
Absolutely.
I don't think it procs just once. It's like spike growth. If for each
I'll-
5 feet they move, if they
I will double check that. I would love
Um,
for it to be that.
At the end of Silvery's turn, it is Mill's turn. Mill, at the top of your turn, I would like you to make an insight check for me.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. 24.
24. The last 30 to 40 minutes of your life, Emil, has been a roller coaster of a lot of emotion and just trying to, get away from this place that terrible things are happening in. You didn't really like this place to begin with. And this person has been coming up to you and following you around and claiming to know your name, and you've been a little off-put by all of that, but that needling familiarity has existed at the back of your mind. The feeling of a companion from long ago. And I think it's at this point as Silvery steps forward and activates the power of the Elder Heart that for the first time, Mill, you really understand and smell magic from home. It is your go.
I have my spores activated.
Yes, you do.
I look pretty spooky. I get temp HP, so let me just add that really quick. I am gonna. So if I've got this right, everywhere around Silvery is difficult terrain, right? For others.
5 feet for creatures of my choice. So
Yeah.
all of my allies, it is not.
Okay, cool. I will make it even more difficult terrain by casting Entangle.
Fuck yeah.
oh, let's go.
On the space like up towards the door to hit everybody.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, and you can do it you can do it in such a way that it does not impede a path to the doorway, but it gets, or at least will possibly get at least 5 of these lizard folk.
Okay, that is a strength save.
What is the DC they have to beat?
14, because I am level 3.
Because you are level 3.
I hope this works.
Okay, so they have a +2 to strength. They just need a 12 or higher on the dice to succeed. So I'm going to roll for 5 of them. That is barely a success, but it is a success.
Damn it.
That is a natural 1. That is a failure.
Pog.
Oh yeah.
That one gets impaled from the anus.
That one is a fail.
Jesus.
That is a fail. That is a fail. And that is barely a fail, but it is a fail. Only one of them succeeds. So 4 of these creatures find themselves tangled in vines from Mill. And I believe they are restrained.
Yep.
Meaning that attacks against them have advantage and attacks that they make have disadvantage.
Yep.
All right.
Well, yeah, I think seeing the vines look back at Mill, and just smile.
Yeah.
And whisper under my breath, the Elder Heart remembers you now, even now, Mill.
Wipe that smile off your face before I do it for you. And I will just walk past Silvery to the door.
Couple of just actually only one attack of opportunity, and it's at disadvantage.
Let's go.
That's a miss.
Ha ha ha! Pussy bitch.
There is a wyvern so close to you.
Listen.
Yeah, you can make it to the door. What is your total speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. So you don't make it quite to the door. You're still
Okay.
about 10 feet from the door.
Cool.
At the end of Mill's turn, it is going to be Anshu's go. Anshu, excited at the prospect of things that are happening, is going to go into a rage and magic. I'm going to roll on the wild magic surge table. Okay, that is the wrong dice. There we go. 42. Okay, what did we get? I love wild magic so much. Anshu whips out his blade and begins to run forward, going to make a slashing attack against one of these incapacitated creatures as he runs by. He goes into a rage. I'm going to let him get the attack off first. Definitely hits. Fucking murks one of these guys. Just, that's so much damage. What the fuck? God damn it, great swords. Fucking demolishes this lizard folk, slices his head off, runs his full movement, which is, I think, gonna get him 30 feet. So he's basically right at Mill's feet as he raises his sword above his head, and in Gnomish, which I believe only Alexander understands, he just says, "I told you I would do it again!" And in that moment, he turns into a potted plant.
Fucking knew it!
Let's go.
The Elder Heart is inside all of us, as I said.
My Silvery,
Yes?
you talk a lot about Elderheart.
Yes? As I
Uh,
said, it's in all of us. Just like it's in Anshu now.
at the end of Anshu's turn, a large shadow flies high above, and you hear as a massive form lands somewhere high above you all. Erwin,
Yes.
you're standing at the door.
I am at the door, at the guard stage.
Yes, Silvery and Anshu, who's now a potted plant, and Mill are all within 10 feet of you. And there are currently, there are currently there are 3 restrained, three restrained lizard folk and 1 lizard folk that is not restrained, that are kind of immediately threatening you guys.
Okay. Let's just elemental blast one of them.
Love that.
So I will have. Okay, let's cast that. It's D6. Actually, no. It's let's change it. Let's just shatter. You shatter.
Love that.
Would that be able to get all of them?
Yeah. What is it? Is it 20 foot?
Shatter is
10 feet.
10 feet radius sphere.
10 feet radius, so yeah, 20-foot diameter sphere. Yeah, you could get all of the restrained ones, all 3 of them.
Perfect. All right, so it's gonna be a DC 14 con save,
Love that.
and they're gonna take. Oh my god, that's so low. 9 damage. It's something.
What was the DC they have to beat?
DC 14.
DC 14. The first one exactly passes. The second one fails. The third one gets a natural 20.
Okay, 9 damage plus. Actually, they gain another one. Again, how do you gain a d6? Plus 6. Oh, sweet. So 15 damage.
Okay. The one that failed, just the blast is enough that it cracks its neck and it just falls limp in the vines. The other 2 are still up, but are looking pretty rough.
Okay. And yeah, then I'm gonna surging power on myself, and that's the end of my turn.
Understood. At the end of Ervin's turn, it's the Wyvern's turn. The Wyvern is going to begin crawling down the wall. With its movement, it can only get close enough to make 1 attack with its stinger, and it's going to whip out towards Silvery.
How dare you?
No, it can get 2 attacks on you. It can get a bite attack as well. So
Cool.
bite attack first.
Is this sorry? And this one has moved into my area.
It is within 10 feet of you. It has reach.
God
It's a
damn it!
large creature, yeah.
You wanker. Yeah, go ahead and make your attacks.
The bite attack is a nat 20.
Fuck.
That
Ooh.
is going to be rolled low on the damage though.
I will be using an endurance dice to reduce this damage.
Total for the crit is 14 points of piercing
Cool.
damage.
I'll burn an endurance die and reduce it by 11. Let's go. So
Proud of
3.
you.
And what kind of damage is it?
That was piercing damage.
Reduced by 2 down to 1.
Hilarious.
And
hilarious.
I'm not done, homie.
Tonk.
Uh,
Big tonk.
This is where is it? Body of Thorns. So melee attackers take 2 points of piercing damage whenever they hit me. So you take 2 and I take 1.
Understood.
Nice equivalent exchange there, you know?
Yeah.
Then
2 for 1 deal.
second attack is
Truly.
coming with a stinger.
Yep.
It is not a crit, but it is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit, yeah.
That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. 25 minus 9. Okay. 16. Con save?
Con save. You got to beat a 15.
Pretty chunky. 15?
Yep.
Fuck, I got a 14.
Got a 14.
It
You-
takes 2. That was a melee attack again?
Yep.
It takes another 2 points of piercing
Gonna-
damage.
Going to take 2 points of piercing damage. You feel you do that piercing damage, and kind of, feel pretty good about yourself for it. And in
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I
moment,
do.
you feel a pulse into your system from the stinger as you take 24 points of poison damage.
I am resistant to poison damage, so 12.
12 points of poison damage.
And
no remember scored.
I think I'm fuck, I need to. I'm gonna burn my last endurance die and reduce this as well. It's not a reaction, it's a free thing to do these.
Okay.
Reduce it by 8. So how much did it do?
4 total.
4 total.
Poison damage.
Gotcha.
I wish
Fuck.
I wish I could play an older heart.
Shit's pretty lit. Yeah, that's a lot of damage though. I'm quite fucked up still, despite all my shenanigans.
Let's see. Moving to, or after the wyverns go, the 2 of the lizard folk that are nearby are going to attempt to break out of this entangled.
I refuse.
They have. Oh, that's. I don't want to use the wyvern stats trying to get out. That's.
Simply strangle them harder, you know?
So they have a what do they? What's the? They have to beat a 14.
14 strength save.
14 strength save to break out.
You will not pass.
There's only 2 of them left. The first one is gonna roll. That one does break out, but it used its whole action to do so. That one rolled a nat 1, so it's still in there. And then the one lizard folk that still wasn't, or that never got entangled, is going to run up to the closest person, who does happen to be Silvery. It is going to take that damage, though.
2 points of piercing.
2 points of piercing. You got it. It's going to run up, and it's going to take an attack at you with its bite, as well as the heavy club in its hand.
Bring it on.
The bite is a.
That's a goal.
So many 19s tonight. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
7 points of piercing.
Gotcha. So
Halved.
reduce that by halved.
Oh no, reduced by
No, reduced by 2. 7,
Nope.
so down to 5,
Down to
and
5.
it takes 2 points of piercing.
Take 2. Got it. And it's going to then try to bash you over the head with its club.
Yep.
That one I don't think is going to hit. 13 total.
Does not hit.
So it whiffs on the club attack, but it does bite heavily into your shoulder.
Yeah.
Before letting go and scratching at its mouth that now has multiple thorns inside.
Yeah. Not quite to your liking.
That is the end of the lizard folks go, bringing us back to the top of the initiative and Alexander.
You said the door is 40 feet away?
Door is 40 feet away.
Okay. I am going to take the disengage action, and I'm going to use my 40 feet of movement because I cast Long Strider on myself earlier.
Understood.
And I will be at the door, and with my bonus action, I will point to the potted plant that is now Anchu.
Yeah.
And command Wretch to fetch.
Understood.
So on her turn, she will use her 40 feet of movement, run up. He's a potted plant, yeah?
Yeah.
How do we fix
I think she runs up, and because I chose the lightning form, she has a single horn at the end of her snout. She just rams it into the bottom through the pot and picks him up.
Wonderful.
Oh, if he comes out, that's going to be up his ass.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and make an attack roll for me?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I can do that for you. It's very high. Wretch rolled a 21.
21. I'm gonna read the information on this wild magic surge because it's hilarious. You turn into a potted plant until the start of your next turn. While a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form reverts. I'm gonna say a potted plant has 2 hit points at best.
Sure.
Yeah, the minimum. Ideal.
So yeah, Wretch comes around and picks up the pot, smashes it, and as Wretch continues running forward, Anshu is just on her face, clinging to the horn.
Let's for posterity's sake roll the damage. I rolled 3. It deals 3 damage.
So Anshu takes 1 point of damage left over.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
And Wretch will get herself and Anshu all the way to the door with you.
Sick nasty.
That is going to be Silvery's turn.
So we got Alexander and Wretch and Anshu are at the door,
As well as Ervin.
as well as Ervin. Mill is the only one not there.
Correct. Mill is somewhat close to where you're at.
Mill, hurry! I can't hold them for much longer. And then I am going to. So we've got the wyvern is got reach, so within melee range with me, and then one lizard folk or 2 are within
There
melee.
So 2 are within melee right now.
Gotcha. Oh boy. All
Although
right.
one of them is completely restrained. So
Cool. I am going to phase step and zip over to the gate,
you
to
got
the
it.
door, and then I think where exactly is the wyvern flying above or on the
The
ground?
wyvern crawled down the side of the wall and is basically perched on the wall by the gatehouse, but is within about 10 feet of where you were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I will. I think I will, create another barrier directly behind Mill,
Mm.
so that like it's between Mill and the rest of the enemies that we left behind.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
absolutely do that.
I think I want to do that. Yeah. I thought about creating the barrier underneath the wyvern who was floating to try and just like boonk, knock it up into the air 20 feet, but
That's pretty funny.
yeah, that's not going to happen though. So I think I will just go ahead and create that barrier,
Okay.
and I'm ready to. We're ready to head inside. Yes.
That does bring us to Mill's go. Mill, at the moment, nothing can take an attack of opportunity on you, and you're only 10 feet from the door.
To the door.
To the door.
Can I, as I'm running to the door, can I cast Wither and Bloom centered on the wyvern?
Yeah.
Hog.
Remember that the healing ability from Wither and Bloom can only be applied to creatures within that radius as well.
Yes.
Ooh, Wither and Bloom is an interesting spell.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
It fits perfectly with your theme, actually.
God.
For free in the staff.
Brought it from home.
It's the
That's
shroom
5.
staff. Alright, you're gonna take 2d6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And you will continue.
Necrosis.
The longer that you stay in that bubble, the worse you're gonna get. And actually, that gets increased because of my spores being active.
I think your spores.
Oh no, it's
affect
only
physical
melee.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boop. 9 points of necrosis.
9 points of necrosis. Yeah. You send this magic out as you head towards the door. All of you make it to the door. Pfeifferon comes right up behind everybody and just shoves people through the door.
Perfect.
turns around, sees multiple lizard folk breaking free and running towards the door, slams it shut behind him, and holds it closed. And he says, "Find the door bar. Find something."
Yeah, I will look for the door bar.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
17.
17. You find what was a door bar that is now smashed into 2 pieces.
Fuck. Can I can I try and find like a chair or something to bar the door with?
Yeah, there is definitely other like stuff in here. It's probably not going to work as well as
Is there like a wardrobe that I can push in front of it or something like that?
Not a wardrobe. You know what there is in here though? There is a somewhat decently sized table.
I will push that up against the door.
Yeah, I'll help move
Okay.
that.
Yeah, easily done with the 2 of you being big strongs. You guys move this table aside. Pfeifferon moves out of the way, and you see now those of you that were not traveling with him see this Urish, this large man. He has a fully silver arm on his right from his elbow from his elbow up on his right hand arm, and he just helps you guys push it up, and he pulls a few pythons out of his bag and takes his hammer and just helps like secure this in place. Just as you hear multiple things banging against the door.
How tall is the space we're in?
The current space you guys are in is about 10 feet tall.
Okay. All right.
I'll fucking do it again.
I don't want to make an opening in the roof.
Yeah. But so you guys are in the gatehouse, which is technically part of this bigger wall.
Yeah.
So, there probably is like another floor above you rather than open air.
I'm gonna save it. I only have one left.
Yeah. Pfeifferon turns around and looks at everybody and says, "All right, we gotta get out of here."
Yes, we do. At once.
You see, he goes around. He says, "All right, everybody, follow me." God, his voice just destroys me, especially when I've been sick.
Look to Nil and Irvin. Nil, Irvin, are you okay?
How bad does everyone look?
Real bad.
Just as bad as you?
Yeah, I'm
1/3 exactly.
I'm also 1/3.
Yeah, I'm also 1/3.
Why does Malin only have 18 HP?
He
He only has 18 max HP.
That doesn't
Yeah,
seem
hello?
correct.
That should physically not be possible.
Yeah, I'll go
You-
in.
you-
And fix
Wait,
this.
D12, right?
Yeah, because you gave us max for all 3 of these
Yeah.
levels, right? Yeah. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
should have
Oh,
minimum
so-
like
Shit.
36.
I'll
Yeah, he should have more health than all the rest of us.
I need
Yep.
to adjust my HP.
Um,
I don't know we got
I am
maxed
going
out.
to go through and I'm going to tap. I will tap the Drake Warden. The other Warden.
We're just wardens of the universe, you know?
And I will also do a tap on the elf or whatever she is, and I will just pump some heals into all of you. Gonna do cure wounds.
You're like
One
a giant ancestry, right, Gio? Or
Somewhat.
something like that.
Whatever she is. I don't know
Sound
what
like-
she is. She's
Is she a big lady?
it-
Some
yeah.
big lady.
What is with Geo? What is with Geo and playing big ladies?
Look, I was thinking of
He's
doing
got a type.
big mommy boys, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. You know?
She's so sweet. I will. Okay. I will give you guys some heals. Alexander first. Oh, Max.
Noise.
That is 12, I think. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 for Alexander.
Bitchin', thank you. Nearly doubled my hit points.
10 for Silvery.
Fuck yeah. Thank you.
Nearly.
And 9 for our beautiful big lady.
I don't need much. That's probably my full heal. Let me check.
I'm out of first level spells.
Oh, I needed 11, but it's okay. That's perfect.
All right. Pfeifferon leads all of you further in and eventually finds a stone staircase, very cramped and tight. He himself has to duck significantly to get down through here. But he motions for all of you to follow. Traveling down in a somewhat circular pattern, eventually you come to a stone room that is bare with the exception of a few, like, it looks like old training equipment, other things. But Pfeifferon heads over to a wall where he starts searching along it. He says, "Anybody got a light?"
I hold up my glowing electric blue arm.
Yeah, I guess that'll work. He looks at your glowing blue arm and he points at a silver one. He says, "Hey, twins!" And he starts pushing his hands along it till eventually he seems to find a seam, and you watch as he pushes with all of his strength, and the stone wall shifts and turns and opens, and a similar stone staircase descends down into darkness.
Where does this lead?
He looks at you and he says, "I don't know, but not here."
What do you mean you don't know? Don't you? Isn't this where you are? Where you live? Your home?
We're not supposed to use this tunnel except in the direst of circumstances, and I think, at that moment you hear a massive roar far above. He says, "I think this counts. This is going to lead us under the mountains, far under the mountains, and I do not know what side of the mountains we're going to pop up on, but it leads east. That's all I know. We're either going to show up in the northern wastes or we're going to show up somewhere in the forest. I don't know."
Let us
I
hope for the forests, yes?
will pull out a torch and start descending.
See, he starts gesturing all of you forward to head down. And at the last moment, he catches Alexander by the shoulder. He says, "I don't know if we're going to survive this. I feel really shitty about leaving."
There's not much we can do.
"You're not wrong."
Unless you can take on an ancient or a dragon yourself,
He says,
or shoo him off.
Is as old as creation. We cannot fight it.
"Yeah, you're right." You see, he hesitantly will follow you all down and will push the door closed behind you all. As you begin to descend down below the mountains of the dragon's spine on an unknown path. And that's where we're going to stop for today.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We made it. Hey,
We survived.
We beat an ancient dragon.
We survived an
one.
encounter with an
Need
ancient
one.
dragon.
And that's beating it.
We
Because it
need
wanted to
one.
eat us.